Hi everybody, welcome back to Print Powder Palette. Today I'm going to be doing a Dakota fanning tutorial, and this is inspired by her Wonderland spread, which is the April-May edition. And this isn't the one that's on the cover, but one that's inside, so it's sort of a 1920s-esque look, but it's more with sort of pinks and sort of stained lips and curly hair. If I have time, I'm going to do the curly hair, but Gray's asleep right now, so I have literally a short time to do all this. So I'm going to get started right now. Okay, so I've already put my moisturizer on and everything. My face looks a bit greasy, but it's because I've got an SPF on because it's really hot out. I am really, hence the bags, so I'm going to have to cover. And my face was actually looking really good a few days ago, but it's looking a bit spotty now, so ignore that. Alright, I'm going to start with my Estee Lauder Matte Perfecting Primer. Since I've got loads of SPF and stuff on my face, it's a bit shiny and everything. And hopefully this will eliminate me having to use a load of powder as well, because in the picture her face is quite dewy, not overly matted out, so I just want to put this on, put the foundation on, and let it set. Okay. Next, I'm going to use my Estee Lauder Invisible Fluid Makeup, and this just came out this month, and this is absolutely amazing. I love it. You have to shake it up first in order to whip it up, so it puts loads of air in it, and then goes onto your skin quite lightweight. I know that, I think Chanel does one as well, and I'm sure there's a few other brands that do it, but this is the only one I have at the moment. So I've shaken it up. And just with a MAC stippling brush, I'm going to apply some to my hand as usual and buff it on. So it gives sort of medium coverage, but it's really lightweight, so you don't need a lot of it. It doesn't make you look cakey. But it gives you a lot of coverage at the same time, so it's sort of a good all-in-one. It's quite good for giving yourself that dewy glow look. Maybe not so good if you have oily skin. Okay, I still look really tired. Next, I'm going to use, I'm actually going to use my Studio Sculpt by MAC. This is a foundation, but it's seriously thick, and I'm going to use it as a concealer today, just to cover up the bags underneath my eyes, and to give a really flawless finish, because though her skin looks quite dewy in the photo, it is pretty flawless, so I'm only going to use this sparingly, and I'm also going to take it down and highlight along my cheeks and to lift everything. Okay, I'm just going to take a bit down my nose, just to thin out my nose a little bit, because I have a stubby snout. And just highlight in the middle. And just on my chin a little bit. Okay. Perfect. Alright. I actually take it back now. I'm just going to use a little bit of powder, and this is just my e.l.f. High Definition Powder, which is very inexpensive, but works really well. And I'm literally just going to take just a little bit under my eyes. And also just on my cheek just a little bit. It's literally not much at all. I'm just taking what's in the lid. Just so that when I put my powder, blush on, it stays. There we go. It's literally not much at all. I just sort of tapped it in there once and then just used like the residue. Okay. Now I've got my little Z palette, which I have collected various eyeshadows from. And I'm going to start with, I don't know if you can see that. It's sort of a pink. You can see it a little bit in certain lights. I'm going to start with that all over the eye. And I'm just going to dust it all over the eyelid and just blend it up to the brow. Okay, and then I'm going to take a warmer version of that, which is this color. So it's just it's probably about 2 shades darker. And I'm going to take that all over the lid right here and sort of up into the crease and right into the center of the eye. And you just sort of buff that out till it disappears. I'm just going to take a blending brush and just blend that out. Okay, now I'm going to take a flat liner brush and I'm just going to take that along the bottom lash line. Alright, now I'm actually done with the shadow for now. And then I'm going to use, this is my Avon Satin Gel liner. And I'm going to take a flat liner brush again, just a little one. And I'm going to create quite a strong, bold line across my upper lid. Now if you prefer using a sort of pipette, sort of like a thin liner brush, you can use that as well, but I prefer angled brushes. Okay, I'm not creating a huge flick or anything like that. I will take it out a little bit, but not much. Next I'm going to apply a mascara, and this is a Blink and Go mascara by Blink and Go. And this is a long-lasting one, so technically waterproof. Might just apply just a little bit more. Okay. Now I'm going to take my blush, and I'm only going to use a teeny amount. And this one is Electric Pink by Estee Lauder. And I'm just going to, like I said, I'm just going to take a tiny amount of that, not much at all. And now I'm going to do my eyebrows, and I'm just going to use, this is Fling Eyebrows by MAC. And Dakota has quite sort of ungroomed, I'd say, eyebrows. They're quite big. So I'm just going to create a little bit of a bigger eyebrow on me. And I'm just gonna, in sweeping light motions, just create a deeper brow. Particularly in the middle here. And I'm just gonna brush that through. And all right, now I'm just going to highlight a little bit under the brow now that I've done that, and I'm just going to take this, I don't know if you can see it, this gold color right here, which is totally breaking. Alright, now I'm just going to apply a bit of mascara to my lower lashes, but I'm actually going to use Extreme Copper by Estee Lauder. So I'm going for more of a brown color, but I'm just going to take off some of the excess mascara. Okay. Next, I'm going to use a lip stain, and this is actually A Million Kisses lip tint, and this is a ruby tinted balm for lips, as red as rose hips, and this is by Lush, and I just got this a few days ago, and I love it. So I'm just going to use my finger and tap it on. And sort of concentrate more center of the lips. And then I'm going to take a gloss, and this is Instant Volume Lip. Who's this by? Plus C. I don't know. Alright, so that's the makeup done. It's hard to see in this light because it's a little bit washed out. Let me see if I can turn off one of these lights. Alright. So next I'm going to try an attempt, hopefully Gray doesn't wake up, on an attempt to do my hair. So I've actually got quite a small curling tongue here. I'm not sure what size this is, but I think it's one of their smallest you can get. So maybe like a ½ inch or something like that, or an inch, I don't know. It's very small. And I'm going to try and create the same waves that she has. So I haven't tried this out yet, so I don't know how it's going to work, but we shall give it a go. Okay. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna pin up half my hair. I've already put a protectant oil by Ojon in it to sort of make it a little less vulnerable. And I'll put a link in the video on how that oil that I've used, because I've been using it for quite a long time and it's really good. My hair is getting really long now, so it's you know, it's getting to be quite old hair, so as you can see. So you have to start taking good care of it. So I'm going to take a section of hair, probably about that size, and I'm going to take the curling tong and I'm just going to wrap it around it like this, sort of like I do with my Babyliss, what is it, is it my Babyliss? Oh no, sorry, my Remington curling wands, that's what it is. I'm not sure if Babyliss do a hair wand this small. Be good if they did. It's a bit of a pain to hold this open. There you go, so it creates that tight wave. What I'd really like to get is, I don't know if you guys have seen them, they're the heatless curlers that you sort of, they're like tubes, and they, not the ones that you twist your hair around, but they sort of, it's like knitting. I'll show you in a second, because it's hard to explain it when I've got my hands tied. But basically, like, it's this long tube, and you take like a strip of hair and you get this hook and you pull it through, and it sort of somehow creates curl, and you let your hair sort of dry naturally in it. And I want to get some of those because those look amazing, and it would save on having to use curling tongs and sort of ruining your hair. See, so there you go, that's that. And then I'm going to finish the rest of these, and I'll come back right when I'm finishing the top. Okay, see ya. Okay, so I'm nearly done, but what I started doing is I went away from the sort of twirling the hair around and went more the traditional route, because the curls, though they're a little bit more spiral, I'll be able to pull them out and they will look a little bit sort of more defined. I think the waves, because my hair is so long and heavy, the waves won't look as curly over time. They'll start to sort of fall a bit. So I am sort of wrapping this around the root, so I'm doing the whole wrapping thing like I was. My foot's stuck. There you go. But then I'm sort of going the traditional route, and taking the tongs and winding it up like that, so it's more of like a ribbon curl. And especially because it's such a small curling tong, I'll get tighter curls and I can sort of pull them out and create more sort of messy look with them. So you see, I've got a little bit more there to play with. So I'm just going to take, I used to have a sort of blunt fringe, so I'm going to curl those backwards away from my face. And let me do this bit again. Okay, so I'm going to take another section of hair. And I'm going to take the tongs and I sort of just loosen them until the ends are hidden, and then I just roll it down. And I just leave it like that. I hate these sort of curls. Like if I see anybody who's like gone out, like on town, like with their hair just in these. Oh, I just want to go, no. Or when I have brides who request curls like that, it just doesn't look natural unless your hair naturally goes into those curls, you know, if you've got curly hair. Here we go. Any? I think that's good. I'm just gonna backcomb them up a little bit just to give a bit of volume and just make sure there's no straight bits. Now obviously Dakota's hair is a little bit shorter than mine, so you know that my hair's not going to be exactly like hers, but a way that I could get the look is by pinning my hair up into a bob, which I can show you in a second. Okay. So you could keep it down like this, which I think is quite cute. Or you can sort of take some hair grips, and even if you like take your hair into like a little ponytail like this, and you sort of put the bobble in and then tuck it under, and then you can pin the hair into place and it'll create a little bob. So I'll show you. So if you take the hair like that, and then you tuck it under, like that. And then you can have a bob as well. And if you put enough grips in, you can get that to stay all day. And that won't come down. Especially if you've got like a hair, you put your hair into like a little ponytail. And then you can like, you know, pull some bits out like that, and you can put some shorter curls in. Loosen it up a little bit. Make it look like you've naturally got a little bob, especially if you have like some layers in. Just utilize those layers and And there you go. So you've got a short bob. Let me just put it. That looks really cute. See? And then I get like this, and I'm like, oh, wouldn't it be nice to cut my hair? And then I cut all my hair off, and then I go, my hair's short. So can't cut my hair, but I should maybe just start wearing some faux bobs for a while. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Let me put another pin in.